YouTube. Today I wanted to show you all this 2002 Mini Cooper with 90,000 miles. Now this will be my first ever tour of the first generation Mini. I know that I've done a second generation before. So this being a 2002 model, it means this is the first model year for the Mini. They resurrected this model after the Mini had a brief departure. People just love the original Mini, which was a lot smaller than this. This is the base model of the Mini. There's the Mini Cooper S, much more powerful and much more desirable. Jeez, you can totally tell how Hyundai just ripped this badge off. They're using it on the Genesis. Those guys can't be original. That really pisses me off. You can see they changed the taillights a tad, though it's really nothing too drastic and it's tolerable somewhat, though you can tell that they added those blue bulbs so that the lights would be white, so it will be quite gross once it lights up. Anyways, the styling of the Mini itself, I find it quite attractive and very appealing. It's a car for everybody, for old, middle-aged, and young people. I like how the wheels are white, matches the roof of the car. These do happen to be 195/55/16s rear disc brakes, and it does have independent rear suspension. It's a very cute car, though I prefer it in that British racing green color or in blue, the British flag over the car. The car just looks awesome that way. We gotta take off that Hyundai badge, it's just an insult. Basically just a grocery holder. The utility won't be so bad once you fold down the backrests, and you'll have more usable space. Get a load of this little cargo cover which attaches to the liftgate over here. And I don't know what the heck is happening over here. It looks as if a previous owner painted the roof, or it's just a sloppy paint finish from the factory. Though I will admit that I do like the Mini with the two-tone finish. I really think that it really changes the look of the car. Lift this cover up and we'll find the jack neatly stowed in there. And we'll find the spare tire mounted underneath. And look at the interior. For a 2002 car, it has one of the most modern looking interiors in a car of its class. Actually, this car is a class of its own, nothing else compared to it. Adjustments to the seat right down here for the height, push downwards to lower it. Move the seat back and forth by lifting that lever over there. And this is to tumble the backrest like so you can access the back seat. Legroom in the back seat isn't half bad considering the size of this car. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but it is usable. The seat itself, it's somewhat cushiony, though it's not really a very thick cushion. And everything here is a rather chintzy looking plastic. The armrests aren't padded. Cup holder right there, there's no center armrest. Materials on the door panel, not half bad. It's padded somewhat. Armrest is cushiony too, though this screams cheap. This painted plastic, you can see how it's peeling away over there. This is why I hate materials like that on door panels or anywhere in a car. It just looks disgusting. A little door pocket in there. Key fob is integrated inside the key. Press the Mini logo to unlock and press over here to lock. Not sure what that whirly noise is. Anyways, this is the first model year of this car here in the US or anywhere. And yeah, this car has proven to be quite a success, or at least the first few years have been that way. It really did catch automakers, or at least BMW, by surprise. They never expected this tiny little car to be so popular in a country where everybody just needed to have the largest car to be king of the road. This one happens to have the 5-speed manual. The automatic is actually a CVT. Now, comfort-wise, I really can't complain at all with these seats. They appear hard, but they are quite supportive. They hug your glute nicely, and your back as well. Torso support is adequate here. They are soft enough. It's possible that on a long road trip they'll begin getting to you, as it may end up being on the firm side for some. Thigh support is adequate. You do have the height adjustments. The footwell is on the narrow side. This is intrusive, and remember, this is a narrow car, so I do feel quite cramped in there. There's really little room to rest your left foot if you ever needed to give it a break. The pedals are rather crunched together, so it is possible, or at least for me it would be, for me to push two pedals at the same time. Interior quality wasn't half bad in many areas. It was a miss in others. Dashboard is soft to the touch. This painted gray plastic, not a huge fan of that. It really does look cheap and it's creaky. You heard how it just clipped in. Probably was loose right now. The glove box also is a hunk of plastic. Quite large though. You have cup holder rests. The speedometer mounted here is a love-hate thing. Personally, I find it quite distracting for it to be mounted there. Though you can't blame them. I mean, there's little that you can do here. And it is possible that instead of an outdoor thermometer that you may be able to get a digital readout of your speed. I don't know. There may be a way to control it. I'm not sure. Temp, gas, hazards, and not exactly sure what this does. It could be the panel dim. The radio with in-CD, digital climate control, power window switches are on both ends, and it's inverted. You have to push up in order to bring the window down. Fog lights, door locks, DSC, that's dynamic stability control. Dual cup holders, power outlet, and again the 5-speed manual. This totally looks like a dude's privates. The nuts and the shaft right there. Oh boy, but it could also be Mickey Mouse if you guys don't have a dirty mind. Seat heaters, the button to this side is missing. Power mirrors. E-brake, there's no armrest, that's quite a shame. This is to crank the lumbar support, and this is for the backrest here on the passenger side as well. Steering wheel's leather wrapped, very thick. These are the horn buttons. Cruise control on and off switch, and this is where you set it. Intermittent speed wipers. Here you go, and you have the rear wiper working away back there. And this is for the headlamp. Steering wheel only tilts, and the tach is mounted on top of the steering column, so it will move along with the steering wheel wherever you position it. Not a fan of this painted plastic trim over here. You can see how it's just peeling away the paint finish. Screams cheapness. Headliner is very plush. You have the dome lights, reading lights actually, little clock, the rearview mirror tilts, there's no dimming function. The sun visors are very thick. You do have a mirror and vanity light, both sides, as you guys can see. It really doesn't clip in very well, comes out every time you move it around. And to open the hood, you need to duck over here in the passenger side. 1.6 liter single overhead cam 4-cylinder only makes 115 horsepower and 110 foot-pounds of torque. It is a smooth running engine, somewhat buzzy on the high end. Just not exactly sure what that noise is. It sounds like some sort of electric motor because I hear the noise fluctuate and it doesn't move along with the... Anyways, YouTube, I just had to show you this Mini. I think it was due for me to tour one, so glad that I found an example of the very first year of the Mini. Before tuning off, again, this was pretty much a class of its own when it was introduced. Nowadays, there's many competitors out there, mainly like the Fiat 500 and etc. Anyways, YouTube, thanks for watching, and hope y'all enjoyed.